everybody. Welcome into the show. This is, remember, as we left you last year, the show of shows, the podcast, the Parts Counter Gurus. We're here giving you the latest and greatest information. We love to talk about these things so that you guys are very well informed. My partner over there in crime, Keith.
Hi, Jay. Hi, everybody.
How's it going, buddy?
Swell.
That's a nice hat, I might like to add.
Yeah. It's kind of one of my favorites.
Your faves?
This is a great, like, do you know about these guys? They've got a podcast, YouTube channel. Talk about a lot of stuff. Some heavy automotive talk, but really just a lot of parts counter talk.
Right. That's right.
Yeah.
You know, and just so everyone out there knows, those things can be available to you if you'll put a little note in the comments section on our website at partscounterguru.com. We might be able to work something out for you at a cost. A little merchandise there, little swag. You never know. We might even get into the T-shirt lines. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Little work shirt stuff. We'll see. So
okay.
Stay tuned to that.
So since you brought up T-shirts.
Yes. Oh, well, now you've let the cat out of the bag. What are we talking about today, Keith?
All right. So the internet will not shut up about this upcoming Bronco, right? Now, we did a podcast on this late last fall, I think.
That's right. Yeah, it was.
And see, guys, this is why I keep Jay around, because I can't remember, like, anything. And he's got this whole, like,
And I'm the older guy. I'm the older of the two. So I am his senior. But that just so you guys want to know, that podcast, you can go back to our YouTube channel and find that. It's 5 things that Ford needs to do when they bring this Bronco back. And we touched on a lot of things that we felt like they needed to do to make this thing appealing to that Bronco crowd, the fans, the loyal fans of the Broncos. So today we'll probably touch on some of those things. So there has been a ton of stuff over the past week alone that has surfaced, and we just kind of said, we've got to talk about this again. Mm-hmm. There's way more. There's new stuff. There's more stuff. So what was it we were saying earlier that you and I both agreed on this, that we feel that there is more buzz and speculation around the release of this new Bronco than there was with the new mid-engine Corvette. Okay,
so it's funny you should bring that up, right? And I had that same thought separately in the shower. But I want to get into that.
Yeah.
I want to say 2 things. Okay, just quickly here. One is okay. Here we go. So we decided, right? So we're gonna
hey fans.
So today's topic, we're gonna revisit the Bronco. We're gonna call this one probably Bronco 2. See what I did there?
Oh, I did see what you did there.
But here's the other thing. Now, if you're listening right now or watching on YouTube, and you're maybe thinking, "Hey, man, I'm just not into this Bronco thing. I'm not. I could care less. What does this have to do with me?"
Yeah.
Here's what I'm gonna say. Okay, give me 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes. 5 minutes. If you think this does not affect you and you have no interest in off-road vehicles or SUVs or the Bronco or Ford or whatever, I can change your mind. Give me 5 minutes. And then in 5 minutes, if I haven't changed your mind, go watch Preston Plays or whatever, right?
Yeah.
So
there you go.
5 minutes. Can't start yet, though. You gotta. Okay, so ready?
Set your watches.
Yep, set, go. Okay. So, as I was thinking about this, Jay, and you just brought it up, really, there's some strategery going on here, okay?
Ooh,
some
nice.
strategic maneuvering.
That's Bush-level language, man.
It is. You have General Motors basically spending a massive amount of their R&D last year on an automobile, a car. Right?
Exactly. Yep.
At the same time, General Motors, Ford, Chrysler, I'm sure I'm forgetting some, but they're all basically coming out and saying, yeah, we're kind of done selling cars in the United States.
That's right.
We're moving to crossovers, SUVs, trucks, four-wheel drives.
That's right.
By and large.
Overall, yes.
Okay, so let me just reiterate for a second here. Okay, General Motors spent their money where?
On an automobile.
Car.
That's right.
Okay. Now, Ford, to be fair, Ford did the Mach-E Mustang. Okay. Yeah. And there was a tremendous amount of R&D on that. They're calling that an SUV.
Right. It's a whole other level.
It's not. That's a whole separate podcast. But
right. It's not an SUV. That's right.
But
it's crossover.
You've got Jeep, who literally has just dominated sales in the it's Chrysler, Fiat Chrysler, FCA, in the off-road category.
Yeah.
And they're just so I read some numbers that said that thing outsold like I'll have to find it here, but cars. Okay.
I saw that as well. It's like the leading in the market on any of that stuff. Yes.
Yeah. Like those things are selling more than some of the top automobile sales. Okay.
That's right. And so guess who's paying attention?
Well, you.
Well, Ford.
Oh, and Ford. Right. So,
yeah.
So here's what I believe is going to happen. Okay. And this is, I'm going to bring this all back around. Then we're gonna get in and explain to this in a few minutes. But
right.
This is what I think is about to happen over the next 5 years. Okay, now we're going to come back to this in an I told you so if it happens. There's no way we're not.
Mark your calendars.
You have some maneuvering here of you got Tesla over here doing the electric thing, okay? And then you got Ford following suit, and you got General Motors going, "Hey, we're gonna heavily invest in electric," and they're retooling plants and doing all. Everybody's going electric. You got the Fisker Ocean SUV that just was unveiled at CES. You got Sony that unveiled electric at CES. All right.
You got Rivian leading the pack over there.
Correct. So you're going to basically have, in 5 years or less, you're going to have the truck SUV crowd running on gasoline engines.
That's right.
And you're going to have everybody else, which is going to be electric.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you're, let's just say like my wife, right? Like if you're a mom, okay, and you're like, yeah, I don't really care about trucks. I don't care about the Bronco. I don't care about any of that. The next time that you go to buy a car, if it's not like next year, you're probably going to have to choose between those two categories.
Yeah.
If you want a gas engine, it's going to be a truck or an SUV, a bigger SUV. If you want a smaller SUV or crossover, most of those will have up and gone electric.
That's right. Hybrid or electric. That's correct. Yes.
So you may think, like, I don't care about this Bronco. I don't care, right? But what's really going on here is the auto manufacturers, and in this case Ford, are showing you, hey, this is where we're going to be because this is what we're putting all our R&D in. And if you don't care about this, that's fine. But you ain't going to buy anything else from us that ain't this, right? Then you got to go. You got to go over here to this crowd and do the electric thing. Like, your choice is going to be Mustang or Bronco, right? Electric Mustang, SUV, or Bronco.
Electric F-150 coming out too.
Yes. Now, here's what makes this super interesting. Okay, back to GM. Okay.
Who are they?
Right. I'm going to make that case here in a second. And
I
look,
know you will.
We're just objectively report. We love the new Corvette. We're fans of everything. We're kind of like sports commentators here, right? We're not picking sides. We're just trying to report on what's going on. If you were a sports commentator, who would you be?
Me?
Yeah. Please don't say Tony Romo.
No. I would like to be Howard Cosell.
Oh, okay. Well, you're dead, but.
Well, yeah, right. but you know, but if I were, hey, what's that guy? The guy that like has like all the voices. He did. He was on NFL, shows, whatever. It starts with a C. Last name. Anyway, he's impressionist.
Oh, Dana Carvey?
No, not Dana Carvey. This other guy. He's like one of the best. But anyway, he did a great Howard Cosell. Anyway, I'm sorry. I haven't done my homework on my impressions.
No, it's fine. It's fine. So, okay. So, back to GM. All right. Chevy Blazer. Brought it back.
What is that?
Even my wife, who is not really an SUV person, she looked at that and she went, that's the Chevy Blazer?
Yeah.
Okay. And that's what? It's electric, right, Jay?
Not all electric, no.
That Chevy Blazer is a gasoline engine. So
that's right.
While you got everybody else building cars that size, that Blazer, and calling it a SUV, it's not. It's a crossover with a hatchback. Okay,
right.
It sits low to the ground. It's not an off-road vehicle. Okay, they went gas with that. They put gasoline engine, internal combustion engine in that. Ford Mach-E. Right?
Yeah. Ford Mach-E.
Fisker Ocean. You got Audi, BMW, Mercedes going electric in their crossovers.
VW,
Jaguar. I mean, yeah, there's no end to that, right? And here you got GM over here going, here's this, turd on a stick or what. So that'll be gone. That'll be gone in 3 or 4 years. Nobody's going to buy them. It's not going to be a choice. They'll be the last man standing in that category. Everybody else is
pretty
moving
much.
away from it. So, all right, my 5 minutes are up, but look.
Yeah.
Now do you sort of see how this is going to affect you, even if you don't care about the Bronco?
That's exactly right. I mean, the world has changed. The landscape has changed in the automotive industry. And there are going to be your players involved, and we've named them, that are going to come out on top. And I believe Ford is going to win this battle because they are doing such a great job of paying attention to the market, what's going on. They're watching what Jeep is doing. They're watching what GM is doing. They're watching what Chrysler is doing, and they are putting their money in parts of that, those segments, in the market.
They're paying attention to what's working and what the crowd picks up.
And what they want. So,
because
this
as we've
very
seen,
interesting.
Everybody's buying the off-road. Since the FJ Cruiser went away, Jeep sales have just gone through the roof.
Right.
Ford noticed. They went,
Yes.
Hey man, we ain't got nothing. And hey, anybody got them plans for that Bronco?
That's right. So let's get into what they're paying attention to, because we've put some things together today that we want to talk about that has to do with what this Ford Bronco is, which goes right back to what we said months ago in our 5 things that Ford needs to do to make this thing successful and appealing to its customer base.
And I think it's starting to surface that some of those things are happening. Okay, but before we get into that,
we know they are, yeah.
If you want more information on the shirt,
yes,
right? It comes in different colors. I'm going to put a link to where you can get it.
Oh, and by the way, hold on before you go to the links. Right, hold on, man. Hold on. Okay, so for those of you who are not watching this podcast and are listening, the shirt that he is talking about is a Bronco T-shirt. So it's a really cool shirt. It has a vintage, 1966 Bronco. It's a beautiful little shirt. I want one. So go ahead. You can here.
All right, I'm going to tell you. Now I'm going to tell you how to. Thank you for that. I'm going to tell you where you can. Okay, go to our website, partscounterguru.com. Near the top, there's a row of tabs. One of those tabs says "Mentioned on the podcast."
That's right.
Click on that. You'll find this podcast. Again, I think we're going to call it Bronco II.
Yep.
Just for kicks. And not to be confused with the Nissan Kicks, and which is not an SUV. But I digress. All right. And I will put a link to where you can get these. Okay?
Awesome.
And they come in a bunch of different colors, and it actually, the Bronco it reminds me of the Bronco that we saw Jay Leno build at SEMA in November.
And yes, it's awesome. I love that body style. And, while we're on the subject of that particular Bronco, what did we see a lot of when we were at SEMA? What did we see a lot of?
The most, and we've got the pictures on our website and on our YouTube. Go look at the SEMA video on our YouTube channel.
Right.
The 2 most popular I'm going to go 3. The 3 most popular vehicles that we saw at SEMA in November, which is the largest car show in the world.
It's
sure North America.
It is.
Okay.
Las Vegas is the largest.
Okay.
Yes, of the SEMA shows.
Jeeps,
yes.
Ford Broncos that were restored, because they ain't even making a Bronco now, and they're these restored Broncos. Ford official, Ford Motor Company brought Jay Leno out and restored this.
Right. That's right.
That's what they... The manufacturer of modern cars brought a guy out on stage and spent their press time, their 20 minutes in the spotlight, showcasing a 1968 Bronco.
I think it was a 68 Bronco, yes. Yep.
That's what they spent their time on. Not the Mach-E.
Nope.
Not whatever's in the pipeline. Not whatever they released 6 months ago.
And what did they tell everybody?
An SUV that they built 40 years ago.
Yeah, and what did they tell everybody? Hey,
50,
bring your restored Broncos in, have them on display. Ford did the same thing. They had all of these just great vintage restored Broncos on hand.
Yep.
Do you think maybe they were dropping some hints?
Gosh,
Keith?
I don't know, man. It's clearly not popular. And then the number 3, which ties right into this, would have been the Toyotas with like various, like the Tundra pickups with off-road like lift kits and roof campers, and then some Tacomas or Tacos, if you want to call them that, some 4Runners, that kind of stuff, with the all in the off-road category, all of them.
Right, which, by the way, from a Toyota standpoint, we released not long ago, and it's also on our website for everybody who owns a Toyota or Lexus. Make sure you go to our website. We have a little piece there where you can go to the NHTSA and check to see if your vehicle is affected by the recall on the fuel pumps, which have been known to cause stalling of the engine, which is
There's a
good.
lot of vehicles affected by that in the Toyota and Lexus, 2018 and 19.
That's right. So
models.
go to our website. Yeah. I've got all the links within that little article.
It's a nice job by you getting that up there.